Thieves here as well. Sniper is teleported into the play, but River falls before he's able to get anything done. Meech is in the thick of it all. They're trying to pour everything into this play to try and come back in this game. Quid doesn't flash over the wall, but it doesn't matter. He's still living. Quid is popping.
Whoa, Quid, whoa.
Oh my.
Okay, Quid is too good.
Did he flash the Toledo here?
I'm sorry, Quid. I wasn't familiar with your game.
Holy Quid, you're so good. MVP. Quid has been very, very good for 100 Thieves, and I'm glad he's getting to show some of that in playoffs.
That was a sick advertisement. While people are still voting for MVPs too, how much did he pay?
Paid by Quid.
How did he get that ad on the LCS broadcast?
I think he had some extra gold from the Veigar game.
Well spent. Well
I like that.
spent.
I see you. I see you.
I saw he had it ready in his eyes.
Yeah, you saw the twinkle in his eyes.
He's waiting to use it. All right, let's get into game number 3 here. We are
Bust it out.
We are all tied up. Actually, this cast sponsored by the Dive, so we should get some Dive ads in here too.
They can't stop you. You can do it. You can say whatever you want.
We're gonna have a new episode coming out Wednesday. Pretty soon.
There you go. Wednesday is pretty soon. New episode will be coming out. If you haven't watched the Dive split, it's been great with Meteos. It's been fun having him on.
It's been so much better.
It's so good.
Actually
That other guy, I don't even remember his name, but he was trash.
Yeah, something Z.
Hi, Mark.
Actually.
All right, well, we're heading into the draft here for game number 3. What are your expected changes? If Smolder's up, do you think 100 Thieves even take it after the last one?
I would expect yes, but we already see a Cinnabon coming in from 100 Thieves, and it's different because NRG is blue side this time. They've been red up until this point.
Would you ban Veigar and be like, okay, well, Veigar is probably the reason that we wouldn't be able to have a clean Smolder game and then force it?
I don't think I'd ban him in the first 3. Maybe phase 2 if it looks like a good situation for him, but I don't think he's a blind pickable champion.
So Ahri's going to get banned out. Senna's been banned out. So a couple of key champions from this series thus far are now gone. Waiting for that final ban here for NRG, who again, they are going to be on blue side. So what is 100 Thieves going to take away from them? What don't they want them to be able to first pick here?
I'm thinking Smolder, but we'll see. Nope. Hey, Smolder is available.
So even with
Nautilus too.
Senna banned away, they're like, yeah, no problem. Have the Smolder. Nautilus has been ridiculously popular on 14.5. It is the most picked champion, I believe, by far. Yeah, it has about 20 more picks than the second most, actually. It's Ahri second, Rell third. These are the most popular champions on 14.5. It's going to be Varus locked in. We've seen Varus, obviously, with just standard supports. We've also seen a lot of double marksman stuff. Varus Ashe, very popular. So that is on the table. 100 Thieves, though, they have the Smolder option if they want it.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see if this series has been some setup for this turn. Like 100 Thieves first goal is to show that we can beat the Smolder and then leave it up so that we can get it on red side on the way back after NRG are no longer willing to pick it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't opt for Smolder this game.
With a Nautilus already? Probably.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Plus, if you pick Smolder Nautilus and they go like Varus Ashe or something,
you're not going to
have a horrible time. So I would not be surprised to see him opt for a stronger laner.
I love these because there's not only do you have the Shaco game, but the Rengar hover. Do you remember the MSI River Rengar?
I try not to.
I hope not. Yeah,
I try not to.
That was the other shout out.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I love it, though. He's got a really good attitude about it. Bounce back. Obviously, had a rough time there, but locks in the Lee Sin instead.
Yeah, I kind of want to see Contractz try something other than Xiao. I think
some Poppy, maybe?
Yeah, Poppy's up. His Rell is really good. I think, I mean, there's Rell. It could be bot, could be jungle. I really like Contractz on these style of champions because with his Xin Zhao, he's playing really aggressive, but Xin Zhao can't really get out in the same way that
you go in,
someone like Rell can.
That's why I really liked their one where they have the Tom Kench with it, because he was sometimes eating Smolder, and then sometimes he would just eat the Xin Zhao after the Xin ultimate went off. But of course, if they don't have that, then you've got no extra.
Oh, Ori Rell. I like this first 3 from NRG. Just very solid, strong lanes and great team fight already coming out.
Yeah, Kai'Sa definitely a strong possibility. You know, pretty strong on this patch. A lot of players are really starting to like it. There obviously are different builds. There's a build that LS has been kind of peddling, you know, where you are getting multiple upgrades. You're turning more into kind of like AP champion later on, where you do have that long range, that hope.
Broken.
That build is really strong. It turns on kind of later though, so I know we do still see things like Shiv and AD, and we see those on hit style. So there are multiple options here for Meech, but 100 Thieves obviously with the makings of pretty heavy dive on the other side. NRG setting up for definitely a really strong 5v5 comp. The Nocturne ban is going to come through. Of course, this could be Rell jungle, it could be Rell support, but they are concerned about, you know, that potential engage with that Ori Nocturne combo.
And the Olaf ban here from NRG too. Sniper had a really amazing, super weak Olaf game, getting some 1v2s rolling over the game. And that's actually one of the champions that Dhokla hasn't played yet. As far as the top laners, most of them have started picking it up, so he probably has it in the back, but they're going to ban it away here from 100.
Yep, and then the Ashe ban makes sense. You're worried about the Varus Ashe bot lane. Very hard to lane against early game.
They're definitely going to be difficult. We'll see what the final ban will be here for NRG. What do they want to take away from 100 Thieves? I'm kind of expecting just another top lane ban, honestly.
Yeah, maybe Renekton, Aatrox.
Yeah, just something aggressive, something that actually fits with the theme of the comp. But instead, it's going to be Karma. So they're concerned about a potential Karma mid, very likely. That maybe it would be, you know, a carry top for Sniper or Karma mid here as the answer into Palafox, you know, buffing up the team, allowing them to go forward.
Quid.
Akali would make sense.
Do it. Nice.
Yeah, we saw this, I want to say, was it at Worlds? Where we're seeing a lot of Akalis being picked into Orianna just because, like, the lane's not great. You're getting pushed in.
Yep.
But the real advantage comes later in the game when you go into the side lane. Like, Ori isn't very good at surviving Akalis all in, so definitely going to play for that.
So what do you want to see here from Dhokla? I'm kind of just expecting Renekton blind because that's generally what we see on blue side as people default to. But then the question becomes, does Sniper have, you know, enough of a cook here to actually get a real advantage on red side with that 5th pick counter pick?
Yeah, I was expecting Renekton or Cassante. I wonder how much he's thinking about the Riven.
Ooh, I love this pick. I think Renata is so hard to play in against 400 Thieves comp. They're full dive. You have to go forward. You're trying to pile in on the Ori. You're trying to pile in on this Varus. All of a sudden, there's bailout to deal with. There's the hostile takeover to deal with. That can absolutely crush you in a team fight.
Yeah, it looks like he's hovering the Jax. Worked well last game, you know, why not?
And it is generally considered to be a skill matchup. Obviously can be difficult. You know, once Renekton gets the first couple levels, then he can start to bully this lane. Level 1 obviously going to go heavily towards Jax. Renekton kind of needs all 3 abilities, but then, you know, Renekton can be pretty strong in this matchup, and it just kind of comes down to, can you actually counter-strike the Renekton stun, or can Renekton kind of win that mind game and be able to land that? Jax, of course, can outscale as well, but can be more difficult to pilot, I think, in 5v5, it's fair to say.
Looking at the team comps fully fleshed out now, too, I really want Meech to go for the poke build. Yes, you do need the like 2-item power spike before you have real power, but having the poke as an option here to play fights differently and not have to rush in seems so valuable. And 100 Thieves have really good side lanes too, so I feel like 100 Thieves should be playing a lot of the map here, trying to get their solo lanes ahead. Then you've got a Jax and an Akali split pushing, and as long as the Renekton didn't get super far ahead, I think you've got control of the map.
It's interesting because, you know, on the other side, there's such a strong 5v5, and I do feel like it's going to be very difficult for 100 Thieves to actually be able to deal with what NRG have in 5v5 unless they can get really good TP wards, unless they can have flanks, because if you're walking straight at them, there's just no way you're going to be able to actually deal with this Rell Orianna with the Renata behind them to actually support. It'll be incredibly difficult. So I do think 5v5 can be quite difficult for 100 Thieves to execute on. Of course, there's always a chance that you can make it happen, but the ease of execution is so heavily on the side of NRG, I feel like.
Absolutely. I expect this would be a game where 100 Thieves is probably going to want to put resources toward top lane and mid early, get your solos ahead, maybe pick up some grubs so you can play split. Whereas NRG, you really want team fights. You really want to start stacking Dragon as early as possible, play off your bot lane prio. So we will see which team can do better at those goals.
Also worth noting, it is going to be lethal tempo for both of the ADs, so FBI definitely not going to be going lethality. We'll see if Meech does want to go towards that more poke style. I think maybe a concern is if you do go heavily towards AP, Jax is pretty heavily magic damage, Akali is all magic damage, you know, maybe you're kind of over-indexing in that and then things like, you know, Mercs and Ma and stuff become really, really high value.
You think that's worth doing is Varus? Like, it's so tempting. You know, I can hit like a 4 or 5 man E, but it does tell them that, like, I know you're there.
Just think about the insane DPM you're gaining.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Bring up the stats. We'll see how much damage he's done. But now we have Raz standing by with NRG coach ThinkGuard.
Yeah, we got ThinkGuard with me. First question for you, just based off the last game. What adaptations do you feel like your team needs to make in-game to come out with a win?
Oh, yeah. So I think we've been doing quite well in the early game, honestly. We've gotten some good leads. We're just kind of playing too greedy, going for too much. And as long as we kind of tone it down a little bit, I think we'll be in control for a lot of these games. So I think we're playing against ourselves at this point.
Yeah, and I see you've drafted a lot more of a standard draft here, front to back. Specifically the Renata I did like. What about this comp do you feel like the team needs to do to come out with a win in team fights?
Yeah, so this team is all about matching the flankers. If Akali and Jax can come at us from multiple angles while Nautilus is going in, it gets hard. If we are marking them and they're all in front of us, then the fights are very easy.
Sweet, sounds good to me. Thank you a lot, and right back to the casters.
Yeah, pretty straightforward what we were thinking. You know, try and play side lanes for 100 Thieves. If NRG can control those, then it should be a lot easier for them front to back. 100 Thieves, though, I had to say, off of that last game, got to be feeling pretty confident. Try and use your momentum here on stage. The deep wards are going to be very helpful, though, for NRG, of course. They had the Raptors warded as well as the Blue Gromp. So you definitely know you're going to get sight of River, and he's the guy you have to keep track of.
So talk to us about jungle in the early game here, Meteos. You know, if you're playing as River, if you're playing as Contractz, what are the lanes that you're looking to focus towards, and what kind of objectives are you trying to get done?
Touched on a little bit earlier, but I think River's gonna for sure want to look top side. Just try to make sure your Jax is beating Renekton. You don't necessarily have to gank the lane a lot, but you do kind of want to play around him, whether that's marking Rell. You just don't want your Jax getting ganked for the most part, and if you see an opportunity, you can gank Renekton or Orianna. And yeah, that's going to be your main goal. If they're setting up a dive bot, you might have to cover, but ideally you're just playing top side, getting grubs, and just trying to skirmish because you're really strong at that.
How about for Contractz then?
He's just going to want to dragon stack this game. You know, he's again, he'll have to cover his lanes if they're in a bad spot. You know, if a lane's getting stacked up on and it seems like a dive's coming in, you want to be there for it. But if not, you know, just make sure your bot lane can keep winning, get as many dragons as you can, and you know, both junglers have gank opportunities. There's Lisa and Rell. They've got good tools for it, so you'll play around the enemy's vision and take what opportunities you can get.
This mid lane matchup always feels to me like it's Orianna's mana versus Akali's HP, right? Because the Akali is just trying to outlast that, be able to stay around and pick up as much farm as possible before he can stabilize later on. So obviously Sniper going to be able to get the push at level 1, does get the bounce, and River takes the crab, should be able to walk out of there no problem. But after you do get that initial push in, Renekton can be able to take it over. Flash
The energy emote.
Pissed him off. Contractz is going to keep following and take your Raptors now.
Well, Dhokla's here now too, so now they're bringing the squad, and it looked like Contractz got almost all of those.
I love last series we had a whole bunch of all chat going. Now we're getting River using opponent's team flare. Nice.
Oh, look at that team play by Dhokla. Love to see it.
LCS big plays.
If you're River, though, you don't feel too bad about that because the early path he did Raptors, Wolves, Grom, which makes it so like your second spawn of camps comes up really quick. So even though you got lost one camp, he'll still have more to farm.
And he's going to double scuttle anyway, so it's really not that big a deal. If he lost the scuttle and lost his Raptors, then maybe you're a little bit sad, but you know, he's in a pretty good spot. Early CDR boots picked up here for Contractz. Pretty par for the course here for jungle tank junglers, but we are seeing more and more people skipping this and just going straight Night Vow.
Yeah, Night Vow rush.
Yeah, jungle's weak. Don't bother with real items, your support.
It's so efficient. It's insane. Setting up your carries. Honestly, too, so good for topside skirmishes. And if you guys have been talking about the grubs a lot, so much vision up here. 400 Thieves. Sniper pushed up. He even was able to get the wave behind tower, gets his recall off and teleports back. So he's just going to be that dragon stacking for energy and the grubs 400 Thieves.
Mark has been in chat trying to flame us, you know, say that the dive was better when he was on. Ain't no way, Mark. Your old news, Mark.
wouldn't say
Honestly,
that.
we've moved on to a newer, hotter co-host.
Honestly, I think we should give him a fair say and put it to a vote for chat. So let's get an LCS chat vote. I want to see how hard Meteos stomps Mark. Do you think?
Option 1, Meteos is better. Option 2, Mark is worse.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's the perfect pull there.
Oh, we see a dive coming in on Dhokla. How close is he to
Dhokla
6?
gonna be in a lot of
He
trouble. Does get 6, but he can't actually pop the Dominus. Gets stunned up and burst down. Tried to get it off, but the Counter-Strike timed perfectly. And River able to come in and burst him down. Dhokla had never been able to actually get back to base, largely in part due to the fact that his recall got stopped by River after that Raptors invade. They went over to Raptors. He had to stop his recall, blocked the Q to actually allow Contractz to recall, but that meant he didn't ever gone back to base. He had no additional stats, no additional buy.
Yeah, I think it's really smart punish by 100 Thieves there, and just well executed, right? Like, it's diving a Renekton with ulti is not the easiest thing, but they did find the window.
Yeah, and River, of course, did leave behind one grub there in order to go for that dive, so Contractz will pick it up. Get your nice little bonus experience, get your nice little single grub denial here.
I always wonder in that situation, is it actually worth clearing the grubs as Rell? Because you do get extra XP, like each jungler for the first grub they kill gets bonus experience, but it starts the respawn. And I kind of feel like you don't want the grubs to respawn. Like you're cool just not interact with them all game.
But
spend the time.
But would you like them to kind of draw 100 Thieves up there for next Dragon so you can continue Dragon stacking uncontested?
Yeah, maybe. I think you can contest it even if Lee Sin's here.
Yeah, some little grub bait. the worms on the end of the hook.
There's a jump forward. Nice stun from Dhokla, but he will still have a dash out. And we'll have to be playing pretty safe around the top side. I mean, there's so much action around the top side, but it feels like mostly the kills throughout the series have been going to the junglers when they do visit.
Also,
as it should be.
Also with the action on top side, I mean, the CS difference on bottom side with this constantly pushing FBI and Huhi is getting a little bit painful here. They keep on harassing them under tower, and they're playing for plates too, getting one plate by themselves already. If this bottom lane continues like this, I definitely agree with Meteos. Even if Lee Sin comes around, they're gonna feel pretty good about the Dragon area.
It's just so difficult, I feel like, as this matchup. You know, you have Varus, stronger early game. Nautilus can only actually do anything if you can threaten the all-in. If you go forward and you fail that all-in, you're gonna get locked down by Huhi. Plus they have the exhaust as we see the Chain of Corruption come out. There's the handshake pulling Eyla back, and that's looking like a freebie. Contractz unfortunately took it with the Aftershock proc.
Dude, flash away so your Aftershock doesn't hit him.
Come on, bro.
Hey, have you played Rell before? Come on.
He was trying to give it to FBI, but yeah, the Aftershock proc does unfortunately get it.
I mean, is it unfortunate? You get an earlier big old Knight's Vow. It's really a team item.
No, you want Varus getting that kill. You don't want Rell getting that one.
He bailed on you. You thought you had the jungle support. You thought you could outvote me.
Yeah,
that's not a jungler. That's a support.
Give him the little wink, wink. Yeah, it definitely is.
No, the jungler got the kill. Contractz.
Yeah,
that's a Rell.
He's saying Rell.
He's building her Knight's Vow.
Come on, keep up here.
Does he know? There's a Lee Sin right here.
Okay, well, Lee Sin gonna be able to take this away in Contractz. Now gonna have to try to jump over the wall, but he's getting blocked away and he's getting rooted down. The Ignite is ticking. He's got no way out. Wasted flash, wasted ult. Ends up dying anyway. River has been on fire these last 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, Lee Sin's strong right now. I think that the teams and players that can utilize him well, it's just such a powerful early mid-game pick. And, you know, he's kind of aimbotting these Qs. Like, I don't know what Contractz can do about it.
It's tough, though. You know, Contractz, especially after we saw some of the reactions in the last game when plays were going bad, to see him start this next game on a bad foot is kind of concerning. And he didn't just accept his death. He spent his flash and his ult. Like, that is your kit as Rell. Like, you are there to make plays, to set people up, especially in this era where you're just rushing Knight's Vow and support. So it's rough when you lose those cooldowns, because now you have this 5 minutes where you can't really do much.
And River went with the super cheap build here, going with the Eclipse. It's such a good feeling. Big 1-item power spike with his early lead. This guy, there's definitely a reason he was in the forefront of the conversation for even MVP talks before people just switched over to the Quid side of it for 100 Thieves. But a huge reason for the success of this team. And if what people were saying about him possibly not you know, being healthy in the previous series, seems like he's definitely healthy in this series, as he has been styling.
Absolutely. I don't know how bad NRG's going to feel about it, though, because, like, although River is fed, it doesn't exactly stop their game plan too much. They've still got the Dragon stacking winning bot lane.
So chat is overwhelmingly voting Meteos is better over Mark is worse. So they're on the positive side. Twitch chat known as the bastion of positivity, but Palafox trying to get out of there. The perfect execution comes through, didn't quite finish him, but Quid goes back and does make sure of it. As River gonna have to flash out. NRG was collapsing on him. Ghost was popped there from FBI, but now the hook in there from Eyla. Dredgeline connects, he's gonna root him up, and Huhi is just gone. Couldn't even get the bailout off. I'm not sure it would have really mattered. Quid, though, taking a lot of damage as the Chains of Corruption was used there from FBI. And now Quid has to show a little respect to the damage that could be done here.
The whole
on
team.
The top side, man, is pushing in. Just fight after fight after fight. Now it's TP down to bot lane. Dragon has started. Palafox wants to try to stop this. River gonna get a little bit of a chunk there over the wall. But 100 Thieves in a bit of a better position. They are going to pull back, though, as now X-Flash coming over the wall. 100 Thieves wanted to pull the Dragon away from that wall to deny the steal.
Sniper's got TP. He's coming in. I think this is a big Quid by NRG.
Yeah, they're going to be TPing in. It's going to be a bit of a 50-50, and it's secured there by Contractz. Quid is back. Can they get the fight? There's the depth charge coming across. The hostile takeover connecting on 2, but Quid is in the back line wreaking havoc. Palafox is on the run. There's the bailout, but it'll do nothing. Sniper arrives, jumps in. FBI is gone. Contractz is gone. NRG are falling, and it's 100 Thieves who own the Rift.
That is devastating. They got the Dragon, but, you know, kind of what ThinkHard was talking about in the pregame, they're trying to go for too much, you know. Sometimes when a mistake happens, you just got to take the L. Like, we're not getting this Dragon. We messed up our fight. Palafox died before it. It sucks, but it's fine, right? But when you double down, you say, dude, if we don't get this Dragon, we lose. And then you just throw all your bodies at it.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
It sucks, and it's not fine, and you just made it worse.
I mean, even Dhokla didn't have TP, so he walks down for the fight, but he doesn't even make it in time before his whole team's dead. So it's just, you know, adding insult to injury.
But how cool did it look here? Quid getting the kill onto Palafox and then landing his E over the wall while he's still timing out the bailout from Renata. Absolutely styling. It's not just one player on 100 Thieves styling. It's every single one.
Don't read those lips. Don't read those lips.
That's why he stood up. He put his head out of frame. He kept on going. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but everyone knows what he was saying there.
Yeah. That was coming off the back of Quid killing Palafox under tower, and they had Eyla with the Nautilus hook getting the other kill set up for River. So you just got outplayed in mid, just got outplayed in the topside River, and then they chase you down and get all the kills.
And Quid made that fight look easy. He didn't even have ult. He didn't even have ult for that fight.
Yeah, because he used it in the 1v1.
Exactly, but still was able to get so much work done, even without it, which can be difficult, doesn't it, Akali? But found a really great angle. The hostile takeover couldn't connect on really any key members. It just hit River and Eyla, so it didn't really matter. And now it's 8-1. Massive gold advantage there, 400 Thieves. NRG, only thing really working in their favor is these couple dragons, but I mean, it's 5 grubs for 100 Thieves, and they're going to be winning in the side lane, which is going to make it so tough to actually answer this Jax. The Varus, pretty strong, but again, 2 kills went to Kai'Sa, so now that advantage is kind of gone as well.
It's looking pretty bleak for NRG here. I think they pretty much just have to look for plays with Varus and Renata. You know, they've still got good kill pressure down there, but if 100 Thieves just keep pressuring the side lanes and splitting, trying to avoid these team fights, it should be really hard for NRG to play.
Definitely will be, especially once the towers go down. Right now, at least they've got towers to try and farm at. Once your outer towers, especially top and bottom, start to get whittled down, then you've got the ahead Jax and the ahead Akali, just causing so much trouble here, making you so cautious. Every move that you make and rotating through the jungle becomes really difficult too. Right now, we're seeing a little bit of a bottom side move into that side lane.
Yep, going to be wrapping around here. River going to be hunting for Palafox.
Palafox, no flash.
Get out. Doesn't have flash. He's trying to buy time for Contractz to arrive, but in goes Quid. Hits the shuriken flip. There's the perfect execution. The kick comes through as well from River. No shot to get out.
Dhokla got canceled again. Sniper with just so much awareness of what's going on. He says, I have TP disadvantage, but I'm going to mark this dude. I'm going to cancel his TP. And, you know, for Dhokla's side, maybe you have to back up more to go for that, because
they're trying to go for more, though.
He really needed him.
Contractz is behind, but River's just going to go and actually fight him on the other side. And now Eyla is arriving. Huhi and FBI wanted to get something out of that fight. They know there's some missing ults from both Quid and River. They're trying to punish it. They have this tower low. But FBI's nervous to actually step forward and hit it, and now it's going to take a couple tower shots. They will finally get that down, but Sniper has already taken the tower on that top side, gets solo gold on it in a matchup where you're going to outscale, and that is not feeling good. Your TP is canceled, you lose the tower. Sniper's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, Sniper's already 1,400 and some gold ahead in it as the Jax too, so he's feeling really good. And as you said, hasn't even gotten the kill credit on a lot of these early, so it is gonna get very dangerous very quickly now with these lanes opening up.
Yeah, the top side of the map is just so dominant right now for 100 Thieves. And this is kind of how they had a lot of their success in the regular season, was this core 3 on the top side. There was a lot of discussion around MVP voting for River, for Quid, and now Quid again, just constantly going at it. It's going to be a TP to safety. Palafox will make it out, but TP for TP, and still, now they can just turn this right into a Herald play. And I just love this from 100 Thieves. It's a non-stop aggression. It's always looking towards the next play, the way to continue to extend the lead. They're not satisfied with the advantage they have. They're always trying to go for that next move.
Yeah, I really like the way they're playing. Pretty much no dull moment. They're not sitting around farming, like focusing on their item spikes. They're just pressuring the entire time. Are they just going to get this dragon? Yeah.
I think it's gone, but the question is, do you die after it? We'll see, because Quid is coming. Sniper is behind them. This is going to be a tough exit. They're trying to burst it down. They will be able to finish it, so they secure it, and in comes a flash from Contractz. He's going to engage hard on a Sniper, and Sniper is out of there. Quid now in the Shroud, trying to stake around that side. Will he take the shuriken flip back in? I think that would be a dangerous one to take. I don't know if they can go for it, but there's the hook coming in. No, Eyla's not actually going to go for it, as he does hit the depth charge. I thought he was going to hook in right after that. Didn't actually look for it.
Some hope for 100 Thieves there. That was critical. For them to not hesitate on Dragon, they saw with a blue Scryer Orb, Quid coming around, and Quid actually stopped a second to auto-attack it. You'll see in the bottom left. So he goes and he delays a little bit, but Contractz goes immediately in when Eyla engages with just Sniper there. That's basically 3 members of 100 Thieves that are fighting, and NRG get the kill before this solo laners arrive, really. Quid is there, and then Meech follows through, but because NRG immediately do the turn after the dragon, they got their objective.
The Drift Herald. They take the mid lane tier 1. He's going to run it all the way down to bot lane and be able to get a second charge here. Oh my God! Drift King River, my man, is nasty.
Nuts.
That was the most impressive mechanical play out of a jungler.
Uh-oh, Quid's turn. Wait a minute, what did you just say? Dude, I love this Rift Herald driving. That's got to be one of the best changes they've put in a while.
That's one of the best drifts I've seen in pro play, easily. That was pretty clean. Take the tier 1, drive it all the way down to tier 2.
The tier 2 that had 1 HP left on it on bottom side.
That's perfect. They got 3 charges with that thing. That's crazy value.
That's value right there. And again, now all the lanes being so open, 100 Thieves get to really utilize this gold lead. Of course, NRG, they're still praying to the Dragon Soul.
No, Sniper fighting Palafox on the top side. The Shockwave will come in. Sniper going to respond with an ult of his own. He's flashing forward, and I don't think Palafox has any chance to get out of this one. But Huhi is going to come back him up, so will keep his teammates safe. Sniper definitely would have had the 1v1. But the reinforcements arrive from NRG and will keep them safe for now. Hex Flash being channeled is going to go forward. River's in the area, as is Eyla. But it's Meech pushing up mid lane, and it is the 2 soul laners down in the bot lane battling it out, so it will dissipate.
Yeah, and Dhokla's got no magic resist down here. Quid all the way up to the tower.
Yeah, I mean, NRG are kind of, you know,
They're
clawing back a little bit. You know, they got the dragon when that was probably a bit illegal. 100 Thieves kind of let them get away with that one. And then, you know, a positive summoner trade top lane because they were able to move first. So I like the signs of life for NRG. It's still going to be a hard game, but they are making plays.
Dude, look at these item differences for junglers. It's a Knight's Vow and another cloth armor versus Under Sky.
Contractz has more armor.
And he does.
You're not wrong.
Oh, now he's got some more on top of it. All right, went to buy as well. Make it look a tiny bit better there.
It's not looking a lot better, but
Meteos has stated, though, it's right. He's playing a support champ. It's support. It's fine.
Support, just double support. There you go. All right, well, we'll see if they can actually fight for this next dragon. I agree with you, Meteos. They definitely should not have been able to get that 3rd one because 100 Thieves was in such a strong spot. But now, if NRG gets Soul, the game is pretty playable. The game is pretty even. 100 Thieves, though, maybe going to try to preempt this. Looking like they want to start this up pretty badly. River's going to start hitting it. They're going to do a 2-man with Sniper, try to show members elsewhere to say, we're definitely not doing Baron. For sure,
I don't think
check.
this is a good idea by 100 Thieves. This seems like a pretty unnecessary risk. But I mean, if it works, it
Sniper's
works.
tanking it, so they have no damage because the debuff is going to be on Sniper. He's actually the one taking most of the hits there. Now they're trying to share back and forth, but this is going to be way too slow.
Yeah, NRG knows this is
Yeah,
a little.
there's just no way. It takes way too long. Especially if the person who's supposed to be doing the damage is actually taking a lot of hits.
I also clicked on them and they both have had it.
Yeah, because then they were sharing aggro, so a bit of a rough attempt there, but worth a try. You can see Lichbane now done for Quid as he's working towards, looks like a Shadow Flame second, just going heavily towards that burst. Second item done for Meech. He's going to be playing the on-hit build. It is Shiv, pretty popular in pro, though I know the community not really a fan. Kraken done as well now for him. And you're looking over at the other side. Some of the second item completions are starting to get closer. FBI already has his. Went for Terminus second, which is interesting because it's almost always Rage Blade. But did go for this a little bit earlier. It does make you a bit tankier, which can be nice in some of these situations with that stacking armor and MR passive.
Yeah, we'll see if you can survive this Akali, though.
Yeah.
This is a new-ish Kai'Sa build. I haven't seen this. He's going for 2 Noon Quiver items. And are we able to see if that gives him his E upgrade? I don't have my 2 AD carries on hand to ask about it. Okay, so he does. Yeah, so you get the Q and E upgrade from this. You don't usually see 2 Noon Quiver items like that, but
yeah, I've seen some people
Kai'Sa
doing
never
this
has
on
normal
ladder
builds.
Yeah, there's a lot of different builds that people will go on Kai'Sa. Also remember, tomorrow, Team Liquid and Dignitas going to be fighting for their lives. That is another lower bracket match, as this is. So teams, in that lower bracket, you lose, you are done for the split. No chance at winning the finals. No chance at going to MSI. River going to be able to take this dragon. Looks like NRG decide, you know what? Let's not flip it here. Our item completions aren't at the point where we want them to be. Let's keep scaling. Let's get to a point where we feel more confident in a 5v5.
Yeah, and risking it all for a Cloud doesn't like win you the game there. Being down in combat power, definitely want a bit of break point.
I wouldn't have minded to see Contractz go for a yellow steal, like whether you die NRL or not at this point, like,
But you lose Baron if you die, no?
Maybe.
I think that's kind of the problem, is the game is super done probably if he dies there and they get Baron.
That's fair.
That would be my kind of counterpoint, but I mean, it's just them making an evaluation of, do we have a better shot later or not, right? And I guess their read is, hey, if we get Ori more items, if we're able to protect Varus, if we have that proper front-to-back team fight that we heard Thinkar talking about, then maybe they can make it happen. Quid really punishing Dhokla there. Didn't even use the ulti, but he is going to push him out, and that's going to be a freebie for that tier 2 tower. Sniper and Quid showdown bot, and they're going to be rewarded with this turret.
Yeah, I love the double split push here with both teleports up. 400
NRG are going to try to start the Baron. They want to at least force some TPs, force some sort of response, and then I think they're going to have to run. River is in the area. They're well aware of it. Meech here poking on the side, but they're going to look for River. Flash forward from Contractz, but he doesn't find anything. Now the Shattering Strike going to miss as well. FBI flashes forward. The Chains of Corruption does connect. They committed so much, but they do get the shutdown. I think they need more, though. Sniper has TP'd in, as has Quid. They are looking, but they don't have vision on the side until just now when Palafox throws the ball over the wall, gets eyes on Sniper, and now they know there's no real way to approach this. So take the tier 1 top potentially, try to get a bit more gold, and then look to see what you can get done after that.
Yeah, the patience on Dragon really pays off for NRG, going up here and then instantly turning onto River. He dodged the first one and then flashed the second one and then got hit by FBI. Really nice snipe there, and that does earn them some gold. Outer tower on top side to try and help get them into a position where they can actually fight a fair fight.
But honestly, I don't even think it was good for them. Like, it feels maybe a little bit doomer to say, but you spent a lot to kill him. I think they really wanted the Baron off that, and that's why they were heavily committing onto the jungler. But now the fact that FBI has no sums, he could be easy food for Sniper or for Quid, who both have their flash available. So I'm pretty worried going into these next couple fights if they can't just kind of like withstand the storm and just wait it out till the other summoners back.
Yeah, I mean, the silver lining is that they did get both 100 Thieves TPs there, which when you're trying to play split, having your TPs is so valuable. So it looks like 100 Thieves, because of that, is just going to hit Baron, and I think this is a situation that could be good for NRG.
Yeah, and this could be tough. We'll see, though. FBI definitely going to be vulnerable without that flash. They're just going down pretty quick. They don't know about it until just now. Now they're getting into the river. They see that they're on it, but the dredge line going to connect onto Contractz. Here comes the hostile takeover across multiple members. It's a 50-50, and it's stolen by Contractz. He wins those. Don't try him at the Baron, but it's going to be a continued fight. There's that depth charge hitting onto Palafox. Palafox is gone as Quid flashes into the backline, executing both the carries. Say goodbye, NRG. You got the Baron, but your members are in the grave as Quid went crazy in that one.
That was a crazy fight by Quid for sure. I mean, this whole series, Quid has been making a pretty big statement for his MVP candidacy.
Definitely huge performance from him. NRG, like, you do get the miracle again from Contractz, like the Baron miracle worker.
How many has he stolen like this? This is crazy.
At least 3 in recent memory, very recent memory. He does get it, but then again, 100 Thieves, they have such a good lead, and Quid is so fed. Look how much pressure he puts on the back line, gets in there with the Shroud, and he landed the E on the Palafox. He waits it out, then does the R2 across them all, and then the stun from Sniper came in too. That was nasty.
I mean, Quid is sick with it, man. Finishing off the Varus as well before flashing out, like, he just played that so well. But like, look at our mid laner. He's so good.
I think that he was, what the hell, had that Baron get stolen? Depends.
Okay, in River's defense, Rell is like the best stealer, especially if she's not tanking it.
EQ plus smite is
I would look at the
damage.
replay, but he did just use a Q. I don't know if the Q cooldown actually
So he
came
failed
back
the
up.
combo, you think?
But we would have to look at the replay to see if he did, because there was 200 HP left on that Baron, so it could have been a raw smite.
I think River did early smite if he tried comboing with his Q, but I mean, like, the pressure of the Rell steal does make you have to do weird stuff.
Yeah. Definitely can
Dhokla
be tough
looking a
there.
little bit
Dhokla in
dead.
trouble, and Dhokla very dead, as they're going to be able to walk him down for an easy kill there. Shockwave will connect on the River, but just pushes him back. 100 Thieves, what can they get off of this? May just be a look towards the Dragon, grab the second one for the game. As NRG just haven't really been able to find a way back to actually get those fights around the Dragon these last couple times. They decided to pass up on that last Dragon. This time there's a pick before it, so it is unfortunate for them, but they haven't been able to turn these 3 early Dragons into a soul just yet.
Yeah, I mean, you could just, there's just so many kills have come through from 100 Thieves. They're so rich. Even with the small objective or the kill bounty that they got on River when they picked River, and then they got a tower, you get a little bit of gold there, you steal a Baron, you get a little bit of gold there, and you look up the scoreboard and you're down even more still, 100 Thieves, because they keep on killing every single member and pushing in and taking jungle, all this extra gold. Bottom and mid, both towers here, inhibitor towers, are kind of the last defense for them. 100 Thieves, they've got both teleports back now on the Akali and on the Jax, so they can return to the split push game.
Yeah, for Quid, does have his 3rd item in. Morello's as the 3rd. Obviously, it's pretty cheap now, but not the most effective item in this game, let's be honest. There's not really that much healing over on the other side. It's like a little bit from Dhokla, but you get almost no value, I think, from the healing debuff.
Could have slammed him in eyes.
Could have. But
Another
River
pick.
caught out here. Not going to be able to actually burst him down. And now the dredge line connects there from Eyla onto Palafox. Here comes the depth charge. Sniper pushing forward, but the counter-strike expires. He's just going to go in anyway with that. Is that a mistake? The hostile takeover comes through. The Berserk connecting across multiple members, but Quid has arrived, and that means the fight is going the way of 100 Thieves. The execution sentence has been passed. Quid says goodbye. It's 3 more kills for the Akali, and Quid just wants this game to be over.
Wow. Yeah, River going in 1v, or sorry, not River, Sniper going in 1v5 on Jax and not dying.
Without Counter-Strike.
Yeah, that is pretty telling of how this game's going. NRG's probably just 2 behind now. They're supposed to be able to win team fights, but if you can't even do that, then your chances are not good.
Yeah, I mean, that was even with killing Meech super early on, but then FBI got so low and used his flash already. Once Quid arrived, that guy was instantly dead. 1 Q from Quid took him out.
And Quid has 3.2k in his pockets right now as well, so he could buy another full item when he gets back.
Yeah. So here's another look at it, though. This is how they got the early kill. Meech went right in onto FBI, and he didn't even hit the chains, but Dhokla came from behind, and they got the shutdown. Then, though, you see, with River low, with Meech already dead, maybe they had a chance. Quid arrives, though, and the Renata ultimate had already been used towards Riverside, and then the handshake also did not hit on the Akali. That was like maybe their only hope for FBI to get out of there alive, but once they have no CC left and the Akali arrives late.
It just feels like Quid is hitting every single shuriken flip. He's doing everything in these fights, maximizing the damage, does buy a full Zonia's after that base, so he's basically full build, 10 stacks on the Darksteel. Obviously that could be upgraded,
and you can't kill him now.
But effectively, he is ready to go, and there's not much more room to grow for him. FBI does have his rage play completed, so 3rd item in for him, thankfully. Dhokla's got 3, but you look across and it's just really not holding up. to what 100 Thieves have amassed, and it's just hard to think how they're going to be able to actually deal with the Akali, with the Jax, who are such a threat in these team fights.
Wow, what a fun story for this team, for 100 Thieves. Through playoffs and bouncing back pretty quickly here in the lower bracket, even though dropping the other day to Cloud9. These players, a lot of them very, very young on this big stage, handling the pressure well.
And I think so deserving of credit, because there was so much talk, in the community, especially from, their competitors. All these other pros are saying 100 Thieves are frauds. They're terrible in scrims. They're going to get blown out in playoffs. When teams can prepare for them, they're not going to have a chance. Then they come into the series against Cloud9, and everyone's like, well, I guess they were right. They weren't a real team. They weren't going to be able to hack it in playoffs. Well, here they are, and they're doing really well against NRG, the defending champions. Now going to be starting up this Baron. It is going down quick. NRG are not even on that side of the map. This is theirs. It's just a formality, and that is going to put their gold lead over 10,000 here with the Baron buff on top. They've got everything they need, it feels like, to close this one out.
Yeah, pretty much just a matter of time now when NRG want to take their last fight.
The last epic fight for NRG. Hold the gates. Play defense here. Maybe you can get some sort of a miracle angle. Any believers in chat? We've got, will Quid end this game with 0 deaths? Are they ever going to get this bounty off of Akali with Shroud plus Zhonya's? Looks very, very difficult. And he has Flash 2 now.
Maybe he'll have a 4-fun death at the end.
I think he'll found out.
Okay.
Are we counting those?
Betting on the fountain? Yeah, the fountain counts for sure.
Okay, then I think he's going to die. I think there's going to be a 4-fun death.
Yeah, I mean, he should.
Yeah, we'll see. As 100 Thieves, the jaws are closing in here on NRG. Quid is up in top lane, pushing that in. They're playing through 3 lanes. Jax down in bot. And then this 3-man core of the bot lane plus the jungler playing here around mid. The supers are already in the base now in top lane. It's only a matter of time before NRG have to go deal with that. And when they head over, now it becomes the time for 100 Thieves to push forward on the other side. Quid has this angle where he can threaten a flank. Multiple people have to mark him, and that means Sniper and River are going to be uncontested down here in the bot lane. That tower is just instantly dead. The inhibitor going to follow right after that. Cannon in the mid lane is also working down that turret, so almost 3 exposed inhibitors at this point.
They're almost about to be flanked in their own
both sides, in your own base.
Yeah, but even if you're on NRG and you're like, all right, Contractz, where are we going? Where's our initiation? There's no really good point to start out here on Rell. You're so slow, and there's so much evasive abilities here on the 100 Thieves lineup. You've got one
great
tower.
Play. Contract's going to look, not going to find the ulti, but he does connect on the Shattering Strike. Quid easily walks it out. It's desperation hours, and they were going to look for it there. Can't find Quid. Even if he hit with the ulti, I don't think they really get anything from it. But NRG have to know it's pretty much all over but the crying in this one. Quid has the TP. He's going to base it. He's going to come back and TP in on the minion. They'll look to finish it. They've caught River. Do they actually get a kill here, though? Flash kick right back through FBI. Is he actually going to take it in? The dredge line going to come out potentially as the depth charge connects. In comes Meech over the top. Massive hostile takeover, though. Gives him a little bit of a chance to get something done. Dhokla piling in, trying to take down Quid. He flashes forward, but Quid gets back into the shroud and kills another one, and it's just too much. 100 Thieves smacking him over the head with the wallet, having a little bit of fun, fighting him in the fountain. The lasers coming out as Quid gonna take it in, not even gonna die. The Nexus falls. 100 Thieves move to match point.
Could have dove the fountain.
Could have dove the fountain. Decides to keep the 18 stack Smedjais and the perfect KDA for himself. Quid outstanding here for 100 Thieves, but really the whole team were making outplays throughout a lot of this series and a lot of, especially this game.
Yeah.
NRG, of course, starting out the series with a win, but now full momentum in the side of 100 Thieves.
I mean, game 1, they win. Game 2, it's a lot closer. Game 3, it's a stomp, and it does feel like it's going more and more towards 100 Thieves. So we're going to have to see if NRG can stop the bleeding. Let's head on over to the LCS Lounge to break that one down.
Welcome back to the lounge. Quid's pretty good.
Quid's pretty good. I'm seeing Quid 1v9. I'm seeing Quid gap. A lot of people in the chat liking Quid.
I will say, River's Lee Sin has taken over a lot of early games.
That
as
is
well.
true.
The mid jungle in particular is popped
1v9
off.
is really unfair.
2v8.
3v7? No, it's just a team gap. That's legitimately how it feels. But yes, throughout the series as a whole, Quid has been the guy.
Yeah. And as we see highlights from our first game where NRG actually did end up taking it due to some smoldering time.
Yeah, and I think that's the big topic here, because at the beginning of the series, we were really hyper fixated on Smolder.
Yep.
And the fact that we didn't like see a ban going to game 2. And that really was kind of like the center focus from us as a unit, as like the analysts, I'm sure, at home. But I felt like Golden Glue was right. Like, they picked scaling a little bit more, they played team fights a little bit better, and it feels like since that point, it's been NRG that has been struggling.
Yeah, and even game 1, like, when we look back at it, 100 Thieves had a lot of really positive things happening before FBI Smolder popped off, got 18 kills, set all the like LCS Smolder records. I think Quid was like 8-0 in game 1 as well on the Talia. River, though, was pretty far behind, and Meech was very far behind.
Yeah.
It's an interesting series, because we were wondering, like, how is 100 Thieves going to bounce back from their 3-0 at the hands of C9, and then how is NRG going to bounce back from like the second half of their entire regular season?
Sorry, this is,
I know, it's such a goofy replay.
Where he just went
Especially because on broadcast, he just literally disappears, and then he's dead. Because the Smolder burn
see
kicked
what
in.
happened.
I know we're still on game 1, but like, this, if you're looking at it from NRG's perspective, like, they got hit in every way. Yeah, great performance from the Smolder. It actually feels like a year ago because of how much the series have changed. So like, let's think about the last few games.
They haven't been close.
It hasn't even been close. Like, they haven't been able to make a play on top side when he's weak. So like, for instance, and this was a way that this game started. Yeah, so of course, Sniper did get punished.
So after this moment, Raz, it hasn't been close.
It hasn't been close, but I think that was hilarious because I did forget about that moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the big thing in the next 2 games is that in the Senna Seraphine game, you saw that they wanted this to be buffing the Vigar comes in as well, but specifically the Jax, right? Jax and Lee Sin absolutely popped off in this game, and that was their win condition for dealing with the Smolder. They actually did rotate the Senna a lot better in this game, I thought, which was a huge key, especially on topside, as we see this topside highlight reel of just dying.
Yeah, even just like talking past this reel, like, just think of it this way. Sniper got the 1v1 kill. Of course, it wasn't shown here, but he got the 1v1 kill over the GP. And then even just this past game, like, we had another 1v1 kill, Quid, over Palafox. Like, they're beating him solo. They're beating him on when they're basically making a play on the opposite side of the map, and they have numbers against Sniper, but Sniper's still coming out, like, either buying a lot of time or wasting a lot of resources, so they're winning on losing sides. So, like, NRG needs to find at least one play that they can execute well, because 100 Thieves are running away with the series.
Yeah, and as you can see, Quid's Vigar in there, he was able to assassinate the Smolder on the backline using the cage to stun, and I think that's really important because in game 1, as you pointed out, Jat, we were like, how do you get on this Smolder? They found a lot of ways to get on the Smolder in game 2.
Yeah, that's not on like the first page of Smolder counters, mid lane, speedy Vigar, but it ended up working.
But doesn't sound fun to go up against, right?
It doesn't. I mean, we think about the way that 100 Thieves won in the regular season, 10-4. A lot of it was if Sniper popped off, which is cool that we got this stat.
True.
They're actually really bad when Quid gets a solo kill. So, weirdly enough.
I feel like...
But I think they're such a mid-jungle top dominated team.
Yes.
And then if Meech and Eyla are okay, then they're really effective in team fights. And they were able, it's like throughout this series, they've progressively gotten more and more like that. Because we were talking about this draft, Emily.
Yeah.
Akali, Jax, Lee Sin, it's triple melee, it's all in, but they were just comfortable and they popped off.
Yeah, especially like into the Renata, right? Like, it's not like NRG don't have answers for what this comp would want to do in team fights, but 100 Thieves are feeling themselves, and they're like, okay, our solo laners are really, really good. Akali, Jax. And then Lee Sin to facilitate it.
And they're just making mistakes that I don't think they've made during the last year. I mean, like, just before this
is NRG?
regular season. Yeah, the NRG. Because in that team fight, of course, we got the Drake take, but also Orianna is playing in range of Nautilus, just like basically like lagging behind just so they can secure the Drake and back away. But like they recognized that Quid was coming in. In the past, last split, they would have backed away completely. But it just seems like they're completely off the same page. So it's rough to see, and hopefully they end up at least rallying, finding a comp that works with them, and just playing better. Yeah, that's a good stat.
20 kills, 4 deaths, 18 assists for Quid. I agree with what you're saying, Raz.
Yeah.
One of the questions for me for this series is going to be like, which team is going to show up today? Because is it going to be the regular season 100 Thieves or the 100 Thieves we saw against Cloud9? Is it going to be the Week 6 energy, or is it going to be the Summer Split energy who made a run from 5th place to finals? And so far, it's actually been regular season 100 Thieves and regular season energy that have shown up, because energy is consistently disconnected, which was one of their strengths when they were able to win. They were such a connected team.
And maybe we have just a knee-jerk reaction to the Cloud9 game because everyone behind the scenes was saying how good Cloud9 was in scrims and how they may be the best team, like, etc. So 100 Thieves are just coming in and saying, no, this is how it should be if they're just that much better than Energy.
All right, Energy has to win 2 in a row. They select blue side for Game 4. 100 Thieves versus Energy. Game 4 will come up right after this break.
I'm literally carrying the game. Okay, like, okay. I'm getting back. It's nothing. I just sent it. No, nice. I'm going behind them.
Hit a fire.
Yeah, they're scared of me, guys. They're scared of me.
Take out Tara. Can we fight?
Yeah, fight. We should. Look, Renekton.
Orianna no ulti.
Varus no flash.
Renekton.
Holy crap, Quid. Are we on?
Maybe. No, come on. Just push all in.
Top. Oh, I missed.
End game.
Care them. Care. No roll? Care them, guys. Doesn't die.
No damage.
Yeah, we actually do no damage, on the way. Care them. Alright, not too bad. Good job.
You
guys played good.
One spot, no key, got the game on lock, ayy. Big threes when I take my shot, ayy. On the rise and we ain't gon' drop on the grind. It's our time, just watch. If you want it, you can get it. Life gets hard, but don't you let it get you down. Go get the crown because our time is now. Ayy, we gotta get it, gotta get up, gotta go, we gotta get it. Ayy, they won't forget us. Made it happen and we all became legends. We gotta get it. Be contained when we leave the game. Our name will remain. We don't need the fame. You can keep this chain. We broke free, so things won't be the same. Nah, on the mission, gotta get it. Let's work. We were raised on the net. I'm raising my net worth, but it ain't about the money. Nah, it ain't about the cause. All that matters is the world knows who we are. Stars. If you want it, you can get it. Life gets hard, but don't you let